Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's 25th of August today, Monday, bank holiday. I don't really have that much planned in terms of gardening, but let's have a walk around and see how the garden is looking at the end of August. Let's go. It's a lovely Monday morning. We're getting some sun finally. I had a week off with no sun. I'm going back to work tomorrow and we're getting sunny weather, but that's my luck. The garden is looking really nice. There's not much to do really this time of the year except of harvesting, of course. I'm just passing my Coco de Pampo beans. Let me quickly show you. So this is the bed that got infested with spider mites. I've been watering it once or twice a day, every day. So the beans are still surviving, but I think they're gonna lose most, if not all, of the leaves. But the good news is the bean pods themselves are not affected that much. I think I'm still gonna get some harvest out of them. Next to it is my first sowing of cucumbers, the gherkins. They are still producing here and there, but they are getting to the end of their lifespan. Not to worry, I have more sown in the main garden. While we are here, we can have a quick look at my zucchini beds. Zucchini slash marrow, really. I've been saving the seeds of this zucchini, two types, green and yellow zucchini, for years and years, and I think it reverted back to its original growing habit. It's more like a sprawling pumpkin vine, but it's giving me nice fruits. If you pick them early, they are like normal zucchinis. If you let them grow just a bit, they are turning into marrows. So most likely I'm gonna leave all the fruits now. I'm not gonna be harvesting them. I will let them ripen fully so they can be stored over winter. You can store your zucchinis slash marrows when they are fully ripe, just the same way as winter squash or pumpkin. There is quite a few fruits on them. I think this is 3 or 4 plants. I had quite a few zucchinis already, small one, so I'm leaving all the rest. I think this bed looks really nice. It's working well with the zucchini, marigold and sunflowers. That's a nice random combination. And it's next to my half whiskey barrel water feature. It's not pumping the water at the moment because the sun is still not on the solar panel, but as soon as the sun hits the solar panel, it's working a treat. So that was a nice successful project early on in the year. Before we go to the veggie area, I think we should have a look at the fruits. I have a feeling it's going to be a bumper crop for all the fruits really. My Gala apple is doing splendidly. I had a couple of apples already. They are sweet already, but a bit hard. I'm gonna leave them not long really. They are getting ready, not coming off the tree yet, but they are getting there. I'm probably gonna leave them another week or two. It's the same story with my peaches. That's the main mother plant. It's covered with fruits. I had few already to try. They're getting sweet, but they are not there yet. They need a few more weeks as well. But the tree is absolutely covered with fruits. And it's the same story even with the 3 seedlings. Almost all of them have some fruits. That's the first year of fruiting for all of them. But as you can see, there are fruits everywhere. This one here is a bit of a disappointment. I was quite excited at the beginning of the year to get peaches without any fuzziness on them, but looks like they are all cracking and shriveling. I'm gonna give that tree another year or two to see what the fruit gonna look like next year, maybe following year. If it's gonna stay like that, that tree is going. That's the thing with growing your trees from the seeds. You never know what you're gonna get. But out of 7 or 8 plants, I think only that one is failing. So it's a good result anyway. My late sowing of pumpkin to suppress the weed in an old chicken run, it is kind of working. The pumpkin is taking over, but also are the weeds. We'll see. I might get some fruit out of here or not. That was very late sowing of pumpkin anyway, but we'll see. On the other hand, the tomatoes on the fencing are doing still quite well. There is more and more fruits appearing. Some of them are ripening, so it's not complete failure. That's the thing this year. It has been very strange year, at least for me, for growing all the food. I don't remember ever getting so dry here in UK, so I got the spider mite infestation on the outdoor plants. But that's gardening for you. You never know what's going to happen. But let's continue with the fruits. I'll show you what else is getting ready. So here in the shady area under the giant willow tree, I need to do something about that tree. It's taking too much space and too much light. Sadly, it's not my tree. It's one of the neighbors' one. But I think the branches overhanging my garden gonna need to go somehow. But as I was saying, in the shady part of the garden, there's more peaches and apples everywhere. Even the cooking apples are doing quite well this year. I've been trying to pick all the one on the floor and give it to the chickens, but I think chickens are fed up with them already as well. So most of them after picking gonna go on the compost. But let's continue through my jungle. This is another of my peach tree seedlings, first year fruiting as well. That's why the peaches are rather small, but they look perfectly fine to me. And here is my main pear tree. It's laden with fruit everywhere. So that's gonna be a nice big harvest as well when they are ready. The outdoor grapes, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get anything again. Looks like the mildew is getting on them. I don't know why. Hasn't been wet at all. It's quite dry. Should be giving me good grapes, but we'll see. They might be able to ripen before the mildew kill the plant and the fruit. And here in the veggie area, it's not much happening really. The pumpkin growing on top of the potatoes is doing well. It's swelling every day. I can see only one so far, but one would be good enough. The funny thing is, with the crazy weather we are having, some of the strawberries decided to start fruiting again. So I'm getting bits and pieces of strawberries. That's a nice bonus. Early autumn harvest. There's not many of them, just a handful. Couple of them each day. The red cabbages are ready to harvest, most of them. They are nice and snug under my netting. I don't know if the camera is picking them much. I don't want to be opening the netting. Oh dear God, look at this one. How on earth do they get in? This is tucked under in way with stones all the way around. How on earth that butterfly got in? That's what I was saying the other day. Cabbage white butterflies are like Houdinis. I think it teleported itself inside the netting. But that's all sorted now. The butterfly is in the butterfly heaven at the moment. So let's continue. Here, just next to the purple sprouting broccolis, my second sowing of, actually it's a first sowing but very late sowing of butternut squash. The plants are growing well, but I can't see any fruits forming, not yet. If the weather holds here in UK, I might be lucky to get a couple of them. I will settle even for immature fruits. And just here in a corner is my second planting of Coco de Pampol beans, which is doing quite well. No sign of spider mites on them. I've been watering them as well every day, even if they don't need it, just to keep the humidity level high. And here at the end of the bed are my yellow French beans. They've been sown at the same time as the Coco de Pampol. That's the second planting. They are ready to harvest as well. It took them probably not even 2 months. I'm gonna put on the screen the date that I sown them. And just next to them is my outdoor popcorn patch. I might be in luck. Actually, this corn here looks much better than the one in the greenhouse. I'm getting 1 or 2 cobs on each plant. So fingers crossed, I'll get some popcorn out of them. And just here next to the corn, that's my last growing bed. Here are my second sowing of cucumbers. The first one are finishing now, and those ones are starting. You can see the flowers already. So they're gonna start producing within a week or two. That's another peach seedling here, and my compost pile, which is completely, absolutely full this time of the year. Both bays are full. That one I've been filling up since early spring. And the second half of that giant compost bay is almost full as well. Just next to my beehives. And this is behind my greenhouse, the outdoor pumpkin. I can't see any fruits forming outside. Well, there's 1 or 2 forming inside. So let's have a look in the greenhouse what's happening. Before we go in a greenhouse, let's have a quick look at my carrot and leeks experiment. I think it's a success all the way. I've been getting carrots on and off for quite a while now. They are all nice and undamaged. I can't see any carrot root fly damage on them. And there's loads and lots of carrots here. Same with the leeks. When they are ready, I'm gonna leave them probably till autumn. I will chop them and freeze the leeks to use them in soups and sauces later on in the winter. Same with the carrots, they're gonna get chopped and frozen. And last thing before we go in a greenhouse, my potato containers are doing brilliantly. They are getting ready to be harvested as well. I topped the compost with some sawdust that I had lying around, just to stop the potatoes on the surface on the compost from getting green. And it's also gonna help with the moisture retention as well. It's only on the top of the compost, the sawdust. It's not mixed in, so it's not locking in all the nitrogen, so it should be all right. Okay, here in the greenhouse, the star of the shows are my beefsteak tomatoes. Some of them started getting ready. The biggest ones are not ready yet. It's a very heavy plant, needs lots of support. I had to put extra strings and bamboo sticks to hold the plant, but looks like it's working. Same with the cherry tomatoes and even the Italian ones there in the background. And I've noticed that the first sweet pepper is getting ready. I'll give it another few days before harvesting. I remember that's the one that started flowering and fruiting first, so that's the one I'm going to be collecting seeds from for next year. As for the rest, there's plenty and plenty of fruits everywhere, so that should be a nice pepper harvest as well this year. Right, so I've given everything in the greenhouse a quick water. The greenhouse and the container potatoes need watering daily. Same with the infested cocoa-de-pampol beans. So I think that's enough for my morning chores. I can go back, have my coffee. I can check if I get any eggs from the chickens as well to have my breakfast. But for the moment, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much for joining me in the garden, and I'll see you back here very soon. Bye.